Good morning, good morning, good morning, my YouTube family and friends. I pray that everyone is having a blessed morning, because the good Lord woke us all up. So it's always a good day. It's always a good day. So on my way to work, of course, on this beautiful Wednesday morning, I'm like, gosh, time is really going by so fast. It's just, I don't know. I just can't believe it. But anyway, I'm thankful for it all. I really am. And I do honestly mean that, because, it could be, as much as we go through and have to deal with, things could be a lot different. But yet God still chooses to help us and to be with us in everything. So, it's just a blessing. It really is, to be alive. So anyway, I wanted to hop on here and share some words of encouragement, to just let's quit wanting to get approval from man. Man answers to God. That's just a fact. I'm guilty of this too. I have to, I think that's just in our human instinct, or whatever it is. I don't know. But, we just want to get that approval. We want people to approve us. We want, and God has delivered me greatly from this, because I not so necessarily, it's not necessarily I look for the approval from man, but I do, I want to make sure other people around me are good, and make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, especially like if it's my manager or, somebody at work. But what I mean, God has delivered me from, it went into some other things. It went into people pleasing. So, that's where we want to draw the line right there, because, we don't want to be going around people pleasing and doing what the world is doing. We want to do what God has for us to do. So, again, we should not be seeking approval from other people, from man. Make sure that we're getting our approval. There's only one approval, and it's from God, our Almighty God in heaven. We don't have to be, trying to fit in with nobody. And God has shown me this in times past, where, He has literally put me on jobs, to stand out, not to blend in. And I know He's done that, for you as well. Let's shine bright for Him. The world is doing anything and everything, but let's be different, And there's been times on jobs where people seem like they're just doing their utmost, trying to, how people will try to like see what you're about and get in your face and stuff like that. But God has delivered me from that. I used to couldn't wait to get on, start a new job, and then the next thing I know, I'm telling all my business, and I'm this was in the past. I'm trying to seek friends on that job. And the last job that I had, God really dealt with me in a mighty way, and I was so thankful how he was delivering me then, but yet I was not aware of what He was doing. I was just kind of sort of going through the motions. But on my last job, which was in Tennessee, we were like in a small office, and so this was before COVID, a little bit before COVID had hit, because I started in 2018, and so of course COVID came in 2020. But anyway, I was trying to, I went on that job, and I had told my late husband, I said, I'm going on this job. I'm not being in nobody's face. This is what I declared and decreed that thing. I said, I'm not going to be in nobody's face. I'm going to tend to my business. I'm going to do my work, and I'm going to go home. I literally said that. And, God allowed me to do that. He did. He allowed me to do that. And I wasn't being mean or anything toward the people I work with. I had a real good relationship with them. But, there were things that I drew the line, on a lot of things. They would be men bashing, they would be, because it was a real small office, so, it was all type of discussions, and then they had the radio blasting in there, it was just a lot going on. But God used me in a mighty way. I was able to help people and encourage people in that position. But you know, it just, he removed that from me, you know, trying to fit in. And then when COVID came, of course, everybody went home, and you know, it kind of still was the same, but then we were kind of sort of going back into the office after that. So, but you know, I remember a lot of times in the conversations, different ones would say, you know, because it got so personal, you know, they wanted to know, like, there was one lady, she asked me, she said, you know, what color, you know, they discussed everything, like what they were going to cook that night, which is, I guess, is pretty normal for, you know, if you got women, because it was mostly women in the office. But, you know, it was just like, we're here to work, you know, what do you care about what I'm going to cook tonight? So anyway, this position that I have now, it's a lot different. But because we're in cubicles, so you're kind of to yourself. But and I'm thankful for that. That was one thing about this job that I was like, yes, yes. You know, it's not a big open space. You know, so I enjoy that privacy. But that was one of the things I did not too much care for in the last position I had was it was no privacy. You know, literally, it was a small room, because it was about 5 or 6 of us in one room, and it was like we were inside like what were we in? Like a complex, like a building. It was a business complex place or whatever, however you want to say it. And so it was other businesses in there, but when you had to open our door was locked, so you had to, you know, it was from the outside. You had to go in through there, and then it opened up, but it only had like maybe 1, 2, maybe 4 rooms in there. But they expanded the rooms and made them, you know, made it office friendly, sort of like that. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, you know, it was just wide open. That's what it was. And so everybody could see what you were doing, what you were eating. You know, it was just, at first, you know, you're like, well, what's the big deal? But I used to tell my late husband all the time, I was like, it's no privacy. And, you know, you literally, I'm going to speak for myself. I had to go on when I couldn't wait for lunchtime, because I'm like, finally get to, you know, pray or whatever I need to do. Because it was just you can pray. I could pray in there. But what I'm saying, it was just no me time. You know, it was like everybody could see what you were doing. They could see what you were eating. You know, they could see everything. Everybody was talking over everybody, because we were all on the phone with patients, and it was just, I don't know. They designed it like that, I believe, just for that, the intention of being, so everybody could be in everybody's face. I think they, you know, some people like that, you know, because I hate to say it, but, you know, some people, they don't really have a lot going on, so they want to know what everybody else is doing, which is okay. But, you know, that can go bad too for you. You know, we need to be attentive to what we got going on. But anyway, it was just, yeah. So I shared that to say this, is that you know, we need to quit looking for the approval of people around us, even on your job, even in your family. You know, quit trying to, you know, be there to get attention from them and trying to see if they like you. Who cares if they like you or not? You're a child of God. You're liked and you're loved. And God has really been dealing with me, and not only dealing with me in this area, but allowing me to help other people. You know, there's when God has helped you in an area, or He's dealing with you in an area, He'll allow you to look at somebody else and be able to tell. You know, you'll be able to. Like, okay, that's what they're dealing with that too. You're able to, if you're sensitive to the spirit, you'll be able to tell that that's what they're dealing with too, just by their actions and how they talk or whatever. But again, there's nothing wrong with, you know, being nice to people and treating people kind. I'm not saying that don't do that. I'm saying when we go in our place of work, when we go in church, when we go anywhere, we're supposed to be shining bright for Jesus. You know, we should not be leaving room for any distractions, any, you know, let people, if you want people to, if you want people to look at you, let them look at you differently. You know, let them see, Christ in you and want to, follow Christ because of what you're doing, because you're following Christ. Not that you are Christ. No, you're not. No, I'm not. We could never be. But what I'm saying, they should see something in you where they say, well, I want to change my ways. And what I'm learning too, you can pray for people. The God has been showing me this. You can pray for people. You can want all you want for people to be better, to do better, to, just make it, but they have to go to Jesus for themselves. God has shown me that even in my family. My burden I used to carry such a heavy burden for my family members and even for people I work with, but God said you got to let it go. They have to come to me for themselves, and one, they have to surrender their life to me, number one, and then number two, they must have a relationship with me. So that all goes together. And so I think a lot of times people feel like, I have people around me that know Jesus and know the Lord, so I'm good. But you got to know Him for yourself, and I never fully understood that until now. I totally get that now. You have to know Jesus for yourself, and I can stand up and say that now. I actually know Him for myself now. He's allowed. I have a relationship with Him now, whereas I didn't have one before. So again, let's stand up and stand out for Jesus. Let's quit trying to run up behind people in this world. If you pay attention to people, talk to them, and just pay attention to them. You don't have to really even talk to them. They're so caught up in this world, and that's why when things happen in this world, they just about lose their mind. They just about, they don't know what to do. They're in a panic. They're in a frantic. They don't know what to do because their hope is built in this world. And, a lot of people choose to ignore things. Well, I don't believe in that, or I don't do this. I don't honestly know what they think is going to happen when all this, when they die. It really amazes me. They don't want to seek Jesus, but yet they want to seek out the world. They want what the world has to offer. So, it's all backwards, But anyway, again, we should be, not trying to get approval from man. And people may look at you some type of way and, wonder what, something different about her or him, or, why don't they do what we do, But it's not that you're trying to get attention to yourself. It's not that you're trying to get glory to yourself. You're giving it to God. So that's what we want to be recognized for. Not for doing stuff blending in with the world. We want to be known for standing out in the world for Jesus. So I've made up in my mind, as I previously discussed, that I've been quit people pleasing, and people when I see like different things like gatherings or whatever, I'm like, nope, because I've been in that company. I'll never forget. I'm gonna share this and I'm gonna get off of here. This was about right when I started my last job, and it was a big thing about the Christmas party. So for some reason, the Lord had already placed it in my spirit that this Christmas party wasn't just a Christmas party. It wasn't just a fellowship and good food. There was more to it than that. And I could already tell that anyway, just the way they acted in the office. People reveal how they truly are. Just pay attention to what they say. And so I just knew anyway. I knew right off the bat what type of party they were talking about. So they would always start announcing it or talking about it. It was, of course, it was always in December. It was like the first week in December. So they would be talking about it maybe end of October now or early November. And so anyway, I was just asking a few questions, and then if they they knew that you were, if you were new, they'd be trying to persuade you to come. So this one particular, which was the first year when I started in 2018, because I started in April of that year, and of course it was December of 2018, and if I'm not mistaken, me and my late husband, we drove because it was at a house. It was at one of the doctor's houses, and I was like, why would they have a party? He had a really nice house, but I was like, why would they have a party at his house? So I already, had started assuming. I'm like, yeah, I know what's going on. Not even ever having been to this party, but I already knew, there was alcohol involved and who knows what else. So anyway, we drove by there, and because I was curious where he lived, and we didn't drive by that night, but we drove by because I wanted to see, what the address led to. So anyway, he had a really nice house, and so I was like, wow, he's, so I told my late husband, I said, yeah, and me and him, we're on the same level in our thinking. So we say, yeah, we know what that's about, because, when you're in your own house, you can do what you want to do. So, I just started, my mind was just start going all over the place, and I was like, nope, I don't want to do that. I don't want to delve in that. I don't want to participate in that. I just don't. And so I declined, and then they would send a thing through, I forget what you call it. They would send like where you could respond, and then only people who knew how you responded would be management. And so anyway, they would kind of be looking at you like, why you don't want to come to this, to our gathering. But again, that's what I mean by we shouldn't be doing things trying to get the approval of man. And I had made up in my mind, I had just started that job, but God had already shown me who I was around, and I was there to make a difference, with the patients as well as the co-workers. So, I was not to be, what they say, in cahoots with that foolishness, because, there's danger when you blend in, excuse me, when you blend in, and, people can lie on you, people can make up stuff about you, that you never even did or never even thought about doing. So why even put yourself in that place? People take pictures, people do all type of stuff, and they'll lie on you in a minute, because if they already don't like you or don't care for your ways, that's just what they'll do. That's just how it is. The enemy, they'll allow the enemy to use them in that way, and then next thing you know, you're portrayed as a bad person, and you haven't even done anything. You don't even know what you did. So again, I've learned my lesson from that, and then from times ago. I don't believe in that. I don't do that. If I work at a job, I work there, and I do what I need to do there for those 8 hours or however long I work there in that day, and I go home to my family. That's who I want to hang with. That's who I want to be around. So again, let's quit blending in. Let's stand out. Stand up, stand out for Jesus. Let it be known that we're different. We are so different because we're of Christ. So I pray that this video is a blessing to somebody somewhere. I pray that God continues to bless you all in a mighty, mighty way. In Jesus' name, I do pray. Thank you all for listening, and have a beautiful day.